The Giant Slayers are back. After an incredible upset in the US Open Cup, One Knoxville returned home to host a side ready for revenge in the Charlotte Independence. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Philip Galati. Tonight's match is brought to you by KUV Fiber. Stream faster with fiber. Knoxville set the scene alight with the win on Wednesday, but let's take a look at the USL League One standings. With 3 points tonight, the hosts could jump into first place. FC Naples, Union Omaha, and Spokane all flying out of the gate. Some room to make up some points tonight as well on the other side of midfield for Charlotte. But for the hosts, after that incredible win against DC United in the US Open Cup on Wednesday, thanks in large part to 2 goals from this man, Denis Krychenkov, was named the March USL League One Player of the Month with 3 goals already to his name, his first pro contract. Head coach Ian Fuller told us in the offseason they were looking for some athleticism, some youth up top, some players ready to go. And they found that tenfold with Denis Krychenkov. His finishing has been second to none for the home side. As for the home side's results, a little bit of everything. It started with a loss at home, something that One Knoxville haven't suffered in 21 games, previously the longest streak in USL League One history to stay unbeaten on home soil. Last time out, a scoreless draw on the road up north in Maine. They'll look to bounce back tonight with all 3 points. As for Charlotte, the player to watch on the other side of midfield, Vigo Ortiz, already with 2 goals to his name. The 17-year-old made his pro debut last year, and head coach Mike Jeffries said he was so excited to bring this talent to the club, someone who competed for his spot from the opening day of the preseason and has now earned that spot as we roll into April. The first 3 games for Charlotte have gone every which way. They started with a tie at Westchester, a 4-0 win, and a clean sheet against Spokane, and then a loss most recently to the New York Cosmos. Coach Jeffrey saying this is a squad that has battled with injuries and a lot of players playing some new positions tonight as they look to switch things up against the defending champions. These 2 sides met in the first round of the playoffs last year. Charlotte were knocked out. One Knoxville won the whole darn thing. 167 days later, it's time for revenge. When we come back, the lineups and the first half kickoff after this.
At Zoom Drain, we fix drain and sewer problems fast. That's all we do.
Clogged kitchen sink? Call Zoom Drain. Toilets overflowing? Call Zoom Drain. Ankle deep in the shower? Call Zoom Drain. Sewage in your yard? Call Zoom Drain. Water pooling outside? Call Zoom Drain. Strong sewer smell? Call Zoom Drain.
When you have a clogged drain, call Zoom Drain. To get your life flowing today.
We've always been heads up about money, but sometimes life throws you a curve, like juggling college for our son and what it might take to help my dad if he needs it. He's always been there for us. Our region's Green Print plan helped us feel more prepared for whatever comes next. And Mike went the extra mile for us with great advice. We feel like we've got this.
Extra confidence from Green Print. Extra know-how from our people. Extra is our ordinary at Regions.
I would never go back to my previous provider.
If I had this sooner, I could have eliminated a lot of frustrations.
I don't have to hear, Mom, the internet is not working.
If you don't have it, you'd be crazy not to switch.
Almost ready to go here. The rematch of last year's quarterfinals. One Knoxville hosting Charlotte Independence for the first time in 2026. Philip Galati with you from Covenant Health Park in Knoxville, Tennessee, as we take a look at the starting 11 for both sides. Both of these teams featuring in the midweek in the US Open Cup. For Knoxville, there is 9 changes to the starting 11 from that 2-1, or rather 3-3 cup set in PKs over DC United. Jordan Skelton and Rayon Gill are the 2 players that stay. Everybody else has swapped out, but a lot of these guys featured on Wednesday night off the bench, including Denis Kurchenkov, who scored a brace to help send it to PKs. As for the Charlotte Independents, and a number of changes to this side as well, but less so in personnel, more so positioning. Matt Levy leading from the back, just one clean sheet to his name this season. Khalid Malnin slots in at the center of defense alongside Javan Romero. He can typically play more of that 6 holding midfield role. Instead, he's pushed to the back line. Christopher Jaime instead, wearing number 8 in midfield, will have that two-way player role, but he can also drift out wide. He can check back into defense. A lot of different options available for this independent side. Kalilu Jarju is our center official tonight. One Knoxville in their home blue. Independence way in the white. One Knoxville looking to go top of the table with a win tonight. This is awesome. Well, we can't start without the select ball. Great teamwork there from the youngster to help us out. And now the match ball given to Real Gil. It will be the Trinidad and Tobago international to kick us off. Finally getting the ball rolling. When Knoxville headed to your right. Just a half a chance there to get an early opener. Charlotte in the white with the red hoops. They were wearing their Freedom kits on Wednesday. The red and blue nod to Old Glory. Of course, this is a historic weekend. April 19th, 1775 was the shot heard around the world. The Battle of Lexington and Concord in the American Revolutionary War for Independence. 1775, the number at the bottom of the Charlotte Independence badge. Of course, yesterday was the eve of Paul Revere's famous ride through Boston, 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. This weekend, a big historical connection with the 250th anniversary of the U.S. just around the corner. Jean Becerra going down early. Physical battle at midfield, and you can see there was just an errant stud there from Real Gil. And Luis Alvarez immediately appealing for a card. And the appeals were successful. A minute and a half gone, and already our first booking. Real Gil, who began his USL career in 2024 with the Northern Colorado Hailstorm, lifted the USL Cup, and then scored his first goal for the Soccer Warriors Trinidad and Tobago later that year. As now One Knoxville get the whistle their way. Gil, one of 2 players that started on Wednesday against DC United, a historic upset of an MLS club in the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup, and head coach Ian Fuller, who scored for the Charleston Battery back in 2008 against DC United as a player, spoke on that historic win, what it meant for the club and the community, but tonight is a test, he said. A lot of young professionals on this side. They experienced all the highs and the emotions of their win, but now they have to refocus with tired legs to get back to winning ways in USL League One. First ball comes up empty. Second one battled for on the near side by Kurchenkov and loses out. It's Javan Romero, the teenager, was able to do enough Gavin Romero turning 20 on Tuesday, and a happy early birthday to him as Ian Fuller watches on from the sideline and already barking out orders. Man now in his second full year as a head coach after previously serving Minnesota United for 8 seasons. Here's Vigo Ortiz. Luis Alvarez. Watch for the combination play between those two tonight. Such talented players with the ball at their feet, but it'll be the runs that they have off of it trying to disrupt this one Knoxville shape. We'll see if we can really open things up. Kurchenkov using his body. Footwork doesn't fool Romero. One right back. Eli Conway recovering. Push and go from Tabonare, came up empty. As again, Alvarez already covering a lot of ground, searching for Ortiz on the near side. Williams getting it away. Donovan Williams making his professional debut tonight. We mentioned the rotation that one Knoxville have had after 120 minutes plus penalties on Wednesday night. They only got back in town Thursday afternoon around 4 o'clock. Since then, it's just been rest and recovery. Kurchenkov poking it through for Gill, completing the 1-2, if not for Matt Levy. Leaping out of his area to sprawl on it. Referee with an early whistle coming out, just setting the tone. We've already had the first yellow card. Vaquero. Amaya. Alvarez. Clipping it through. Vaquero, heavy first touch, but able to recover. Ortiz given time to pick his pass. Back from Jaime. Vaquero swinging it in towards Maru, and the looping header will go well over the bar. Mike Jeffries told us earlier this week that this preseason was one of the best they have, but they've also had more injuries than in his 12-year stint as a head coach with the Independents. He says it's really tested his resolve and his problem solving as a head coach in terms of not only finding the right players to fill the spaces, but also teaching the players how to pick up new mantles, how to adapt, adjust, and overcome. It is a learning process, he said. Anytime you take a professional and teach them a new set of skills. Charlotte, remember, only 3 games in the league under their belt compared to 6 for one Knoxville. As the flag will go up against Stavros Zarakostas. Zarakostas, a big reason why one Knoxville found so much success in the postseason. 3 goals, 7 assists to his name. In the 2025 campaign. Clever pass for Alvarez. Luis Alvarez just sitting behind that midfield line. Usually you see him much farther forward, but again, a couple new positions for familiar faces in this Independent side as they win their first corner. Will be John Vaquero with the honors. Led the team in assists last year with 9.
Instead, it was Romero over to take it. Might have overcooked this one a bit. Alvarez stops it on the line. Low delivery, stabbed into the air. One Knoxville trying to get out of their own third. They won't just yet. Alvarez calling for it at the back post, and it looked like the ball was headed his way. Swebu Maru was also there on the doorstep. It's an important touch to get it out of play. Looked like Finn McRobb coming across, who thought he scored a header against DC United. Wasn't ruled a goal, and great instincts from the center half. Covering the cross into the last possible second, then stepping up and getting aggressive, not diving into the challenge. Here is Alvarez, 25 yards out. Didn't like what he saw. Second ball scooped up towards Maru, over his head, still alive. Got it away at the near post. Will Perkins, the former Texoma man, who got a crucial assist on Wednesday in the US Open Cup after coming off the bench, gets the start tonight for just his second in his new colors. The referee has taken exception to something in the box. Always a question of just how much contact is allowed on the corner kicks these days. Sent to the back post, and Clay Dimmick was there arriving for it. Captain second to it for another Charlotte corner. A little bit of a different setup this time. Pretty static by the penalty mark. There's the movement now. It's out towards Alvarez. Well read by Perkins. Alvarez got the nutmeg. Play goes on. Jaime was there to keep it alive. Only for a few moments, though. Saracosta's charging down the near side. That may be a common theme tonight in the wide play for One Knoxville, just switching things around, keeping it fluid. Stavros Zarakostas on the left flank, Eli Conway on the right. The referee has spotted some jewelry worn by Will Perkins. And interestingly enough, any sort of jewelry worn by players after the opening whistle is usually a yellow card for improper equipment. Kuchenkov, great battle on the touchline. Cross cleared away, and then a heroic block, denying a stinging strike from Cordova. So One Knoxville down to 10 as Will Perkins loses his bling. Well, even a third-year pro in USL League One can sometimes forget. They'll have to wait to be motioned back on, though. One Knox won't care. They'll go forward with Gill. Clipping it through, lovely touch, and the finish off the post. It's a mess in front, and it's over the line. Well, they all count the same. Eli Conway created it, and One Knoxville get the breakthrough in the 13th minute. Temporarily down to 10 players. And yet it's the hosts who strike first. It's a lovely ball through from Real Gil. Conway chests it twice, and the shot off the post. It looks like a clearance on the ground that comes off of Caio de Malin by Thabo Naure. I think that may have just come off of the leg of the Frenchman, Ruud Manin. Stavros Sarakostas was there, and one Knoxville won't care. Charlotte will try and reset. They were stringing together some promising chances off the corner kicks. Did well to keep the ball there as well. Stavros Sarakostas was right in front. The goal is credited to him. And so that is his first of the season. In improbable fashion. One Knoxville were looking for the early goal. Done well to find it. Already looking to create again. Head coach Ian Fuller spoke about the importance of playing at home. When Knoxville hold the record, 21 games unbeaten on home soil, including a perfect campaign last year. That record was snapped in their home opener against forward Madison, as Viggo Ortiz carries this one forward, cutting it back but too heavy. Alvarez onto the loose ball. Lovely idea. Vaquero's onside if he can get there. Back towards Maru. Instead, it's Viggo Ortiz! Not a bad effort. Johan Garibe saw it all the way. But the technique for a volley from that sort of distance, with the ball slowly falling from the sky like that, is incredibly difficult. As Garibe gives this one away. It's not a convincing header away than 20 yards from goal. Viggo Ortiz does really well not to overhit it. Maybe just took a little bit too much off it in the end, wanting to keep it low and on target. Not uncommon to see that sort of strike blazed over the bar. Naure. Romero. A little bit better ball movement now. Charlotte last year learned to grow comfortable without dominating possession, changing their philosophy of play just a little bit. We've seen that so far tonight as well, wanting to go forward at pace. Catch the One Knox back line napping. Here's Gil with space, trying to find the avenue through. Chenkov hadn't made the run just yet. Baker, good challenge. Here's Gil once again. He'll go it himself, and it's right at Levy. Real Gil has been given acres of space in the opening 17 minutes and change. Not a bad decision to have a go from there. Didn't catch it as sweetly as he would have liked. Kara with more good hold-up play. Jaime. Dimmick all the way forward. Jaime. Ortiz. Oh, that patience now from Charlotte. Alvarez again trying to play creator. Nothing to touch on it to break it up. Zaragoza somehow found a way through. Conway forward for Kurchenkov. He's overhit it. Heads up goalkeeping from Matt Levy, though. Credit where credit's due. Perkins. Lovely bit of footwork. Too much, though. Once you see a player go past one or go past two, they get that confidence. They get the rush of blood to the cranium and want to see just how many defenders they can leave in their wake, as Alvarez will knuckle one off the boards behind goal. The USL on the CBS Sports Network wraps up the month of April with a Prince Tires USL Cup Group 5 matchup. Northeastern rivals Hartford Athletic and Rhode Island FC battle it out at 7 p.m. Eastern on April 25th. Catch all the action on the CBS Sports Network. Two USL Championship sides that, quite frankly, aren't friends. Met in the playoffs last year. Hartford emerging victorious in the shootout at Rhode Island. Then meeting earlier this year in the US Open Cup. Rhode Island won 2-0 on home soil. Cut back for Beccaro, settling, striking, and just a whisker wide. John Beccaro falling away from it on that right foot. Difficult angle, this one. That first touch is just a little bit flat rather than out in front of him. He can't strike through it, has to swipe across the ball. Suebu Maru was lunging forward in front of goal as well to try and redirect it. Charlotte asking all the right questions. Another foul called in the build-up. As Kurchenkov not too pleased with the decision. Alvarez, another great ball. Maru, Charlotte have numbers. Alvarez has continued his run. Still Luis Alvarez. And it took about 5 defenders to stop him. Now Kurchenkov pleading for the yellow card for Tamonare. Certainly a foul. Don't know if there was enough in that for stopping a promising attack. This match really starting to open up, though, as we near the halfway point of the first half. Well, there's a slip, and one Knoxville could be in behind. They have numbers here. Kurchenkov wants it. The pass is a poor one. Conway tried to keep it alive to no avail. Ortiz will go down and give Charlotte a sigh of relief. Well, if there's anyone that the one Knoxville fans want completing that pass, it's Stavros Sarakostas, but he couldn't find his teammate with plenty of time to do so. Another great ball in behind. Here's Conway! Some stop by Levy. Eli Conway once again showing off his chest control as he did for the opener. Didn't have a ton of time to look at goal. Just tried to strike through it, a little bit of an awkward one, but it's hit well. Matt Levy does enough to push it over the bar. Barely saw it. Had some speed on it. Real Gil will stand over the corner kick. Plenty of bodies forward for the hosts. Looping ball, and the wires were crossed. Nobody stayed at the back posts. Maru was a 2-on-2 if he could bring that down. How high both of these teams want to play, there's going to be opportunities on the counterattack. Players will have to keep their nerve. It's so easy once they see the green grass in front of them, especially running at full speed, just to overhit a pass or overthink a touch. Gotta let their instincts take over. Caro, Jaime, Alvarez, another great pass from him. This one sent it towards Maru. Perkins couldn't clear it cleanly. Alvarez again from distance, this time going himself. It's up an awkward hop. Conway in the foot race, and that'll be a yellow card. Jefferson Amaya. Very late to that one. Offers no complaints at the caution. Take another look at it. And he leaves his feet. He's nowhere near the ball. It's certainly a yellow card, and I don't think he has to make that challenge. I feel like Conway may have had him beat for speed, but there wasn't a lot of space on that near side. Clever from Conway, though, just to slow his tempo right before accelerating away. Saw the pressure bearing down on his left shoulder and just did enough in the end to get the defender to bite. Baker. Confusion over the throw-in. Is in favor of one Knoxville. Perkins loses two defenders with ease. Still with Perkins, shuffling onto his right. Losing his footing but keeping the ball. Conway towards Zaracostas. Won by Dimmick. On cleanup duty is Jaime. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Travella pass through. It's Vigo Ortiz. Has Maru with him. Ortiz trying to go himself, and enough in the end for a goal kick. It's Will Perkins once again. How good has he been through the opening 27 minutes? Sliding in front of the challenge, not touching the ball or the player. Baker. In stride for Kurchenkov. Denis Kurchenkov, one-on-one, goes down in the area and wins the penalty kick. It's a clumsy challenge from Javan Romero and an opportunity for one Knoxville to get their second. Those two have been battling all night long. Denis Kurchenkov and Javan Romero, who will plead his case to no avail. And it doesn't look like Khalil Jarja will change his mind. Take one more look at it. And that ball is trickling toward the touchline. You can see there's a pull on the jersey there from Romero. He gets a touch on it there and then trips up Kuchenkov. It looks like an accident, but the result is still the same. It's a foul. And that ball may have been going out of play. There's no need to make that challenge there, as Denis Kuchenkov has an opportunity for his 4th of the season. Kuchenkov against Levy. Great save! Oh, what a stop! At full stretch! Matt Levy wins this round. There was a yellow card after the play for the reaction. There were a couple players there involved. But that stop has completely silenced the home crowd. And that totally changes things. Matt Levy keeping the momentum with his side. That is a decent penalty from Kuchenkov. It's low, it's toward the corner. It's a really good stop. Javan Romero didn't get a yellow card for the challenge, but did get that yellow card for the reaction. 5-on-5 for Charlotte. Alvarez thought about going it at the outside of his boot, never had the speed. It's been a real bright spot for this side tonight. Had to cover a lot of ground though. Almost every attack thus far for either side has been on the break. It is a frantic pace thus far, but especially with 2 sets of players that played on Wednesday. One Knoxville going to 120 minutes. I'm not sure if the pace of the match tonight can continue. Tired legs may start to wear a little bit heavier. Not for now though. Here's Ortiz. Check of the shoulder for Jaime. Saw a lot of space. Just closed down before he could play the pass. Alvarez on the way with the back line now. Nare. .63% possession in favor of the visitors. Jaime with a nice dribble, trying to slide it through. Here's Baquero! Stopped by the leg, Johan Garibay. There wasn't a massive angle for John Baquero there. It's good goalkeeping from Garibay to take that angle away. Baquero opening up with his right foot rather than striking through it on the weaker left foot. May have just taken some time away from himself there. Corner played short. Alvarez, return to sender. Flag stays down. Baquero clipped in and flicked wide. Difficult header, that one. Good ball. Suebu Maru was there for it. It was Tabonare. Baquero looking for Maru. This is Suebu Maru! 1-1! He had been waiting all night for his chance and made no mistake when he got his first look at goal. This is a true striker's goal. Waits for it, takes it in stride, uses his body to get the separation, and strikes low through the ball with venom. One more time. Look at the way he uses his body to get that inside lane. He's even a little bit off balance as he goes to strike it, but manages to pick out that far bottom corner. Suebu Maru off and running with his first in the new campaign. Charlotte have had the lion's share of chances since conceding, and they have drawn level once again. Head coach Mike Jeffries told us earlier this week that Suebu Maru is, quote, always a guy that gets involved. He can be the true number 9 that makes the runs and finds the freedom in the box, but he can play wide and set up his teammates. He's waited for his moment tonight. And a true number 9 only gets 2 or 3 looks at goal per game. They don't get a lot of touches. Do a lot of work without the ball at their feet. They have to make the most of their chances when they get them. And he has thus far, as he sets up another chance for Vigo Ortiz. Back into the box. Jaime couldn't settle it. And Naure is offside. The Independents have sprung to life. Select is proud to be the official matchball supplier of the USL Championship. From the academy to the big league, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. That's a mistake. Gary Bay had to use his body for it. Couldn't use his hands and does enough. Suebu Maru nearly gifted a second. It's poor from McRobb. He didn't hit it. But how about the composure from Johan Garibay? Totally legal to use his leg just to block it. Can't use his hands, otherwise it's a back pass and an indirect free kick. Donovan Williams, the debutant, went down. Some pushing and shoving and shouting, but no cards. Another Charlotte cross stabbed away. Kuchenkov lost it in the air. Here's Romero carrying it forward. Nifty pass at the outside of his boot. Ortiz. Alvarez. Alvarez! That would have been a screamer. Was bending back in right at the last. And Luis Alvarez playing possessed tonight. He's been absolutely everywhere. Brimming with confidence to try that strike, and it's not far off in the end at all. Garibay completely flat-footed. Let's have a sigh of relief as that one goes wide. Charlotte already with 9 shots thus far, only 2 on target. When Knoxville have had 5, 3 of those on frame, including the saved penalty kick from Matt Levy. Ian Fuller looking toward his bench, yet to make any changes. Rallied back against DC on Wednesday, not once but twice to force PKs. Speaking on that incredible cup set, he told us that his intention was to go up there, compete for his side, to give everything they had. They checked all those boxes. He said, I was so pleased, not only for these players, but for the city, to have a sort of win like that. But tonight, he said, it's our job to focus and move beyond that emotional game. An unbelievable night for the club. Turn our attention back toward the league. Ortiz by 2 defenders, looking for Dimmick. First to it was Donovan Williams. Another trip called in transition. Seen a lot of those tonight on both sides. Again, just the nature of this game and how quickly it's being played. Players are using their body wisely, shielding the ball, protecting it rather than trying to make a move in the center of the park. Costas. Jaime nutmegged him and won it back. Trying to push Pine Williams and does. Too much contact for the referee's liking. Donovan Williams, a Big Ten title winner with the Buckeyes. Himself an Ohio native. Came up through the Columbus Crew Academy. Tonight making his first professional appearance. You can see there's the jersey pull there. And there's more contact there with the arms. It's certainly a foul, despite his protests, as he's called for another one in quick succession. John Beccaro communicating with his head coach, Mike Jeffries. They'll play this one in the box. Beccaro leading the Independents with 9 assists last year, yet to find his first this year. And the wait will go on for now. Clever interplay. Cross took a deflection from McRobb there to meet it. Again, Maya. Still pinballing around. Gill brings it down. Alvarez picks the pocket. Gary Bay will play. Knoxville seeing much less of the ball in the final third as Kurchenkov stings the side netting. Out of nothing. It's an incredible strike. Very close in the end. Out for a goal kick. Coach Ian Fuller told us this week Denis Kurchenkov is someone who can take the net off with his strikes. Nearly did then, off the post. How close was that? But what really sets Kurchenkov apart, said his head coach, is his composure. His first goal against DC on Wednesday, he came off the bench. His first touch was his first goal of the night, and he cushioned the ball crossed in by Will Perkins into the side netting. And a lot of strikers in that position would have put their laces through it, tried to crush it, maybe been startled by just coming off the bench, but not Kurchenkov, said Coach Fuller. It's that sort of poise and decision-making that sets him up for a long, prosperous career ahead of him. Shot from way out, stings the palms. Jefferson Amaya trying his luck. Garibay was ready. Did a nice job as well just to parry that out toward the sideline, making sure there was no easy follow-up. Alvarez has dropped way back once again, but not for long. Driving forward, still Alvarez. Good ball into the feet of Vigo Ortiz. Back out front, Alvarez trying to pick out that top right corner again, just got it stuck. You can see that first touch, the ball sort of stopped dead. Didn't like the shot, but just tried to force it into that top right corner in the end. .45th minute now. Waiting on the word for stoppage time. One goal for either side as the break looms large. Alvarez. Intercepted by Perkins. Baker eluding Alvarez. Evading Amaya. Here's Gill on the prowl. Conway lets it run. Perkins, low cross, back towards him. Just shrugged off it well by Tabonare. Fernandez. Recently hit 100 appearances for the badge, Danny Fernandez. Storied career with this club after coming up from the Vasco da Gama Academy. Alvarez, diagonal for Maru. Again, Garibay is there. Halfway through the 1 minute at a minimum. Saracostas. Gill once again. Waiting for Perkins to join the foray forward. Cordova. Baker now. No chance to counter for Charlotte. 1-1 through 45 minutes. A goal-mouth scramble in the 13th minute. And a missed penalty in the 29th, canceled out by a 34th minute strike by that man, Swaibu Maru. The Cameroonian with his first of the season after 9 last year for Charlotte. Sees us in a level contest through 45 minutes. Well, it's been a great watch thus far. One Knoxville and the Charlotte Independents meeting for the first time since last year's quarterfinals. End-to-end action and 1 goal apiece thus far as we step aside. Halftime show coming your way in just a minute.
At Zoom Drain, we fix drain and sewer problems fast. That's all we do.
Clogged kitchen sink? Call Zoom Drain. Toilets overflowing? Call Zoom Drain. Ankle deep in the shower? Call Zoom Drain. Sewage in your yard? Call Zoom Drain. Water pooling outside? Call Zoom Drain. Strong sewer smell? Call Zoom Drain.
When you have a clogged drain, call Zoom Drain. To get your life flowing today.
We've always been heads up about money, but sometimes life throws you a curve, like juggling college for our son and what it might take to help my dad if he needs it. He's always been there for us. Our region's Green Print plan helped us feel more prepared for whatever comes next. And Mike went the extra mile for us with great advice. We feel like we've got this.
Extra confidence from Green Print. Extra know-how from our people. Extra is our ordinary at Regions.
I would never go back to my previous provider.
If I had this sooner, I could have eliminated a lot of frustrations.
I don't have to hear, Mom, the internet is not working.
If you don't have it, you'd be crazy not to switch.
Welcome back. 1-1 through 45 minutes at Covenant Health Park. Tonight's halftime show brought to you by Realty Executives. Before we get started, let's take a look at the goal and the save of the week in USL League One. On the other side of things, there is no substitute for a competitive match. This is an excellent opportunity for the visitors early on, and they scored inside the first minute.
Fort Wayne FC's fastest goal in club history started by a hunger for the ball. 3 players in the vicinity, and Tague Healy, the one that takes it away. A finish from outside the box. He strikes it into the bottom corner. 44 seconds in, Fort Wayne up in Chattanooga, and that is your select USL League One goal of the week.
Sarasota the other direction. Sensi again. He has to step on powder. Cuts it back brilliantly, and it's saved by Hammersley.
Wow, that is a good save from Hammersley. That is great reflexes.
Player of the week is Dean Guzin. Holdover from Westchester's opening campaign last year. He got his first brace for the club in that Sarasota match. Both goals enough. 2-0 the final in that game. Scored just 8 minutes into the second half. As for the rest of the team of the week, a couple names there. Johan Garibay for One Knoxville. Named to the team of the week. Lee Wiedemann, the coach, guiding Spokane to 2 wins where they scored 3 goals each, led by Jack Denton, Moses Mensah, and Siobhan John Brown. Meanwhile, JP Jordan and Juan Solis at the back, helping to record Fort Wayne's ever first professional win and a clean sheet as well at the Wolves' Den against Chattanooga. So that does it for the Week 6 Team of the Week. Week 7 well underway, and One Knoxville and Charlotte Independence well underway as well. So much more to talk about at halftime when we come back. See you soon.
This one slipped through nicely for Williams! Shining once again for Hartford. Quizera settles. Dodea Quizera!
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
We've always been heads up about money, but sometimes life throws you a curve, like juggling college for our son and what it might take to help my dad if he needs it. He's always been there for us. our region's green print plan helped us feel more prepared for whatever comes next. And Mike went the extra mile for us with great advice. We feel like we've got this.
Extra confidence from Greenprint. Extra know-how from our people. Extra is our ordinary at Regions.
Welcome back. 1-1 between Charlotte and Knoxville. We took you through a little bit what's going on in USL League One. Let's take a look around the USL as a whole with our friend Dan Lucas.
It is halftime in League One. Time for the headlines around the league. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio. How about that major cup set in the third round of the US Open Cup? One Knoxville played to a 3-3 draw against DC United, then grabbed the win in penalty kicks. One Knoxville faced Columbus Crew in the round of 16. Championship clubs Louisville City and Colorado Springs also advanced with upset victories in round 3. Another first-year club picked up its first ever victory in week 6. Tig Healy scored just 44 seconds into Fort Wayne's match against Chattanooga Red Wolves. That's all the visitors needed in a 1-0 victory. 4 of the 5 League One expansion teams now have a win this season. USL's young core players continue to shine in the spotlight. Today we look at Vigo Ortiz of Charlotte Independence. Ortiz has scored twice in Charlotte's 3 League One matches. He also scored a goal in the US Open Cup last month. Ortiz played the entire 90 minutes in Charlotte's match against the Cosmos. The USL Championship has a pair of upcoming national broadcasts. Next Saturday, it's El Clamico in the Prinks Tires USL Cup, Hartford Athletic and Rhode Island. Then on Saturday, May 2nd, Detroit City hosts Louisville City. Both matches are on CBS Sports Network. Those are your League One headlines. We're getting closer to the second half. Let's get you back out to your match.
I would never go back to my previous provider.
If I had this sooner, I could have eliminated a lot of frustrations.
I don't have to hear, Mom, the internet is not working.
If you don't have it, you'd be crazy not to switch.
Tired of dealing with the same drain problems again and again? Zoom Drain Bio helps stop backups before they start. This safe, natural probiotic treatment breaks down grease and waste. No harsh chemicals, no pipe damage, just cleaner drains and fewer surprises. With regular use, Zoom Drain Bio keeps your system flowing and extends the life of your Zoom Drain service. Zoom Drain Bio, a greener way to protect your pipes, your budget, and the planet.
You've heard all about the benefits of contrast therapy. Now it's time to experience it for yourself. Explore the deep relaxation of a sauna session, the thrill of a cold plunge, and simply take a little time to unwind. Book a standard 2-hour visit, and you can always add a massage. It's all designed for deep, effortless rest. It's time for something different. It's time for Sauna House.
Just about time to get back underway. 1-1 after 45 minutes. Phil Galati with you from Covenant Health Park in Knoxville, Tennessee. One Knox and the Charlotte Independent squaring off for the first time in 2026. And if you're just joining us, well, what better time to look back at how that first half unfolded. Only one goal for each side, but it has been a thrilling contest thus far. Long-awaited rematch, 167 days in the making. The halftime highlights presented by Realty Executives. This was the first chance off the post from Eli Conway, and then a scramble in front. Stavros Zarakostas was there. It's an excellent try. It's off the post, and then who knows? But it's over the line, and it's 1-0, 1 Knoxville. That was in the 13th minute. Fast forward a little bit. And Charlotte Independents were clawing their way back. The volley from Vigo Ortiz does so well to pick that one out of the air. And into the 23rd minute, another excellent chance and another chested control from Eli Conway. His volley saved by Matt Levy, which was his second best stop of the first half. And you say, well, that was a really good save. How could he possibly top that? with this. A stop from 12 yards. The right palm at full stretch, able to get a fingertip wide. And then 5 minutes later, Swaybu Maru right the other direction. The former Cameroonian Footballer of the Year with his first in 2026. Shortly before halftime, another chance to break the deadlock that was reset. In the 34th minute, Denis Kuchenkov off the post with some real venom behind it. 63% possession in favor of the visitors, especially after conceding that first goal in the 13th minute. They started to boss more of the ball. They started to slow it down a little bit, find better chances, and then they took their goal on the counter. A number of corner kicks as well. A couple yellow cards, been a physical game, but nothing too untoward. Has 11 shots to 6 on target is probably the most striking disparity of the halftime stats. And Coach Ian Fuller told us earlier this week that simply put, this team is not scoring enough goals despite being 3 points off the top of the table. Speaks to the standard that he has set for his group of players after lifting the cup last year. If you're just tuning in, it is one Knoxville in the blue on the right side of your screen. Charlotte Independence with the white, blue, and black hoops on the left. Clay Dimmick, the captain, met by Mike Jeffries out on the pitch, the coach all the way out there to issue a final charge. Not often you see that. Wonder what he said to his players. See what changes they make. It looks like one Knoxville will make a couple changes of their own. Mikkel Göling has entered the huddle. As well as John Murphy Jr. So a double change in midfield. Murphy, the former Madison man, scored his first goal for one Knoxville against his former club on the home opener. Mikkel Göling, his second year as a pro. After being a diamond in the rough find for one Knoxville last year. Searching for his first goal of the season with 1 assist already in 2026. As the ball is rolling once again. Murphy already into the action. And does well to hit a perfect pass to that far side. Fresh off to the bench. Perkins weaving his way into the area. Too many white shirts around him once again. Confirmation of that double change. It's Real Gil and Steven Cordova making way. Murphy, Baker, Zarakostas, still available, and it's a difficult angle to try and squeeze that one in. Matt Levy well behind it. Quick one-touch passing from one Knoxville. Just maybe got caught out there. Wasn't a lot of area in which to operate. So how does this second half change now? Charlotte started the first half well before conceding. Again, dominating possession and the shots as there's a jersey pulled there right at the edge of the area. The referee says it was outside and will give a yellow card. It's Danny Fernandez trying to plead the case, but it instead is Will Perkins who picks up the caution. And that changes his game with how aggressive he is. They have to step off the gas a little bit. You can see there is a jersey pull there. And it's not necessary. Again, the ball's going out of play. It's just like the penalty kick that Charlotte conceded with Javan Romero. There isn't a need to make that challenge. It's a clear jersey pull. a very difficult angle to try and work this one in. Perkins closes down the shot as Alvarez pleading for a corner. Will not see it go his way. I mentioned how the yellow card might curb the aggression from Will Perkins. There was no lack of aggression there, especially with the speed that he has and the want, the willingness to go forward and create opportunities in the channel. Emblematic of a modern fullback, Will Perkins. Detroit native, wore the captain's armband with the Spartans at Michigan State. Started his USL career in 2024 with Union Omaha. And then the consistent starter last year for Texoma. It should be a Charlotte throw, and it is. Dimmick taking quickly. Alvarez. Romero overhits that one. Takes a skip that fools the skipper, Clay Dimmick. Was an Ironman for the club, played every minute last year. And he has been with the team since 2019. Baker, awkward one. Does enough to get it in stride for Perkins. Poked forward again by Baker for Perkins and an expertly timed sliding challenge. Tambo Nare, the local kid, making his third start for Charlotte. Back toward Conway. Nare was there. The second opportunity, caught and held. Matt Levy once again flexing his muscle. It's a very active last 20 minutes or so of the first half, and not much has changed in the early stages of the second. How about the patience in the build now from one Knoxville? Much different look from that first half. Charlotte have also dropped in a little bit deeper. Just giving space to the one Knox back line on the ball. Too much space in midfield for John Murphy Jr. Continues his run. Conway clipped in and beyond Kuchenkov. Kuchenkov, well known to the Charlotte soccer scene. Had an incredible campaign last year as a senior at UNC Charlotte. Led the team in goal scoring, led the conference in shots and shots on goal, was top 10 in the country for those two stats. And named first team all-conference after previously playing at Davidson. Ortiz does well to bring that down, sees the space for Alvarez. Near impossible to be able to try and work his leg around the ball there and swipe that back towards the winger. Kuchenkov using his body now. Shoved off of it by Romero. hold-up play, a big emphasis for his game this season, said his head coach Ian Fuller. Lost out on that duel as now Swabu Maru can pick it up. Cruyff turn. Beyond Bicaro, but sits up nicely for him. Jaime. Maru wants it. Jaime trying to get the space to work it in. Amaya. Romero. Here's Ortiz. Figo Ortiz putting on a show. It's Ortiz! Denied a scorcher by a matter of inches. As soon as he picks up the ball, there's only one thing on his mind. A couple step overs and then that push there just to get the separation. Sees Murphy committing to the challenge. It just drops the shoulder and pushes it away. Got all of that strike, but couldn't bend it back inside the far post. Such an exciting talent to watch. 17-year-old already. 2 goals in his first 3 games since signing from the Charleston Battery. Guling. Look at the space between the midfield and forward lines. How high everyone is getting for one Knoxville. Trying to really push that press back from the visitors. It means more time on the ball in the center of the park for the hosts, and it also means a lot longer to try and slide those passes through. There was a perfect chance for Conway. Tried to hit the return ball too early. And now Charlotte on the counter. It would have been one-on-one if not for Finn McRobb recovering. Picaro on an island. Sarah Costas not keen to play through the block just yet. They'll try now on the far side with Perkins, able to poke it forward, and Levy will claim. Pass is not quite finding feet for one Knoxville. Remember, they only had about 37% possession in the first half. They've had 66% possession in the second half. Totally different look in the 2 intervals. Here's Alvarez toward the byline. Do well to pick out a teammate here. Plays simple for Jaime. And may have been caught in between 2 minds there. Oh, goodness. I don't know if you saw, but Luis Alvarez and Swabu Maru were exchanging some words, and not in a pleasant manner. Frustration showing from the 2 teammates. Maru already has the goal. He's wanted more of the ball. He hasn't gotten much of it. And a different look for him this year as well. Came off the bench most of the time last year. Part of the 2-striker tandem with Christian Chaney. The former forward Madison top goal scorer. And with Corpus Christi. And now has really operated as the lone striker so far tonight. More than capable of that number 9 role, said his head coach Mike Jeffries. As he'll try and get on the end of this cross. That was well hit from Dimmick. But over Maru's head. Kurchenkov trying to find the afterburners. Romero wins this round. Loose ball, nervy sliding challenge, and the referee will stop it. You can see the right leg raise there of Teddy Baker. He looked to get a decent piece of the ball, but the studs were high. Enough in it for the referee to blow the whistle. Ortiz gets the give and go. Jaime now. Numbers queued up in the area. Alvarez. Ortiz. Looking right at goal. Too far away for now. Baccaro may have also elected for a different decision. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Kurchenkov. Conway. That's a poor one. The connection starting to break down a little bit in the final third as Charlotte slowly claw their way back into the possession game. Starting to even out a little bit now. We mentioned that frantic pace of the first half, end-to-end action, a million miles an hour. It wasn't sustainable, especially with both teams playing on Wednesday. One Knoxville in particular playing 120 minutes. He's going to go back to measured build-up, and now it's about consistency rather than pure speed. There's maybe a half chance on the counter there as Zarakostas goes over. One Knoxville pleading for a card. It's Luis Alvarez making the challenge, who is not on a booking as of yet. Jefferson Amaya and Javin Romero walking the tightrope for the Independents. Will Perkins is the lone Knoxville player still on the field with a yellow card. One Knoxville player starting to get a little bit higher now, pushing that back line. Plenty of space on this near side. Instead, it is a scorcher. That flashes wide of the top left corner from Teddy Baker. It's not a bad idea. Watch the defenders back off him at the bottom of your screen. Donovan Williams trying to make the rub. There's not enough time. Clay Dimmick doesn't close him down, so Teddy Baker tries his luck. Murphy, it's a good interception. Still Murphy goes over, and this will likely be the yellow card for Luis Alvarez. No. John Murphy Jr. can't believe it. Javin Romero caught the worst of it. He's still down. No yellow card yet for persistent infringement, but that may be the final warning for Luis Alvarez as Denis Kurchenkov will be replaced by Babacar Dieng. What a heavy hitting change that is. One excellent forward brought off and one excellent forward brought on. You can hear exactly what the fans think of him. Into the All-League second team last year, Babacar Dieng with 10 goals for One Knoxville. This was the challenge. There's enough in that for Murphy to go down, and then it's an awkward one. Javin Romero got caught underneath it. There's no intent from Murphy. He falls over under the challenge. Couldn't control that fall. This is not a terrible spot for a free kick specialist. It's quite a ways away from goal, but close enough Or Teddy Baker may just be thinking about going for it. It's a powerful run up. It is Baker going for goal. It wasn't as close as he was hoping. Another change, this time for Charlotte now. John Beccaro brought off. It is Christy Monzinga, a Paris, France native, who will enter the fray. Started his playing career in France, but also played in Scotland, Northern Ireland, South Korea, Hungary, and most recently Israel. Monzinga picked up the sport at an early age and was recruited by Paris Saint-Germain. And now his first appearance for the Charlotte Independents in USL League One. Dien trying to get there, shielded off by Manin. Bit of frustration there as well from Matt Levy, the goalkeeper. Babacar Dien got the start against DC United. Expected him to come off the bench tonight, just as one Knoxville rotate to try and get some fresh legs. He'll get plenty of time to make his mark. Already with 1 goal on the year. Monzinga up towards Maru. No one there to help him. Donovan Williams now. And Knoxville getting a little bit wider with their formation. Charlotte bringing the press. And it's worked out for them. Amaya does just enough. Referee says he got the ball. Dimmick wants someone to make the run. It's very static in the final third. He'll do it himself. Now he's out of position. Zarakostas plays through the jersey pole. Dien off to the races. Babacar Dien trying to turn the inside lane. It's still Babacar Dien. And the shot deflected into the arms of Levy. There are the fresh legs, as fresh as they can be, given the circumstances of Babacar Dien. Well defended by Malnin. Maru, Dimmick, decent ball. Headed just enough away. Match starting to open up a little bit more now, especially with the substitutes coming in, just upping the tempo of things. Babacar Dien once again racing himself, tries to play it early. Mikhail Gerling was crashing the back post. Matt Levy far too much time to react to it. Babacar Dien pulls that ball back, maybe a yard or two more shallow. It could be a shooting opportunity. Amaya misjudged it. Murphy draws the defender. Dien nearly had the return ball. Instead picked up by Williams. Murphy not lunging in, does very well to get it back. Here's Mikkel Göling. Forward for DN, who's again in a shoving match. And again, this time won by Fayud Manin. Another Frenchman, Manin, born in Les Abîmes. He's called up to Martinique's senior squad last month.
Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
Charlotte could have numbers here. Jaime scanning, playing it forward to the far side. Great save by Gary Bay. Still alive and off the line. Miraculous.
We've remained deadlocked at one apiece. Zaracostas. Head full of steam. No space to get the shot away. It was Christy Monzinga with an excellent opportunity to take Charlotte's first lead of the night. The save looping toward goal. An all-out scramble. Jaime does enough. Ortiz now, it's excellent footwork from Charlotte to get out of that jam. Alvarez was wide open. Göling came across to cover and got a toe poke on it. Another substitute being ready for head coach Ian Fuller. Referee thought about the whistle. Said, let's play go on. Here's Göling. Williams. Forward for Zaracostas. He thinks he might be offside. Challenge came in. And the referee says goal kick. We'll take another look at this chance and roll that beautiful bean footage. It's a good body save by Gary Bay. Maru is right there. The header first from McRobb and then a right glove from Gary Bay. Kept it off the line. That is awfully close. No way to tell from that angle. It looked for sure that it was going to find its way into the back of the net. It's a heroic effort as Kyle Linares brought on for Stavros Zaracostas. Linares with the winning penalty kick to upset DC United at Audi Field. The Giant Slayers, one Knoxville, will take on the Columbus Crew in the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup round of 16. Murphy searching for Conway, goes over. Assistant referee was right on top of it and never hesitated. More 1v1 isolation battles, particularly for the wingers of one Knoxville, but rather than driving at defenders, they're taking the ball in stride first. Charlotte, on the other hand, settling, turning, trying to make things happen, facing their opposition. It's the subtle nuances of where players are receiving the ball. Are they on their toes? Is it on their dominant foot? How far are they away from danger? And have they scanned the field before they've picked up possession? That's where you'll start to see the separation in the final third.
Tabernari a long way from home as he commits the foul. To the 73rd minute now. Philip Galati with you from Covenant Health Park. Still one apiece, both goals in the first half. One Knoxville can climb up to first with a win. Murphy. Mikael Goling has time to strike it. And that time quickly evaporating as it's deflected out for a corner. Referee pointing towards midfield. Looks like there'll be another change made for head coach Ian Fuller. It is Donovan Williams whose pro debut will come to a close. And Jaheim Brown, all-league second-team selection last year for One Knoxville, will be the final change of the night for the hosts. Charlotte still have 4 at their disposal. It's a smaller roster for the visitors, though, especially with the number of injuries they've battled. Something that head coach Mike Jeffries talked about at length with us earlier this week. The resolve of this squad to fight through it, for new players to learn new positions and new opportunities. Jefferson Amaya, one of those new players, a Charlotte native, called for his extracurricular activity with Teddy Baker. Murphy, outswing delivery towards Dean, settled awkwardly. Ortiz can't break. Intercepts the ball, gives it right back. Murphy for Baker. For Linares, caught back, well read. Just a little bit of second guessing in the final third for One Knoxville. The options are there, it's not being completed. Brown with an aggressive interception and wins the foul. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Brown. Conway. Baker. So poke was a poor one. Now Alvarez. Waiting for reinforcements. Gonna try and turn on the gas now. Big touch, and that is a scary one. The referee will have to stop this shortly. He does. Luis Alvarez, an incredible player. Signed by Tampa Bay last year. After just 9 games for the club, 3 goals, 2 assists. Named the team of the week 6 times in that span. And 3 goals in 20 appearances for the Rowdies, and now back with Independence on loan from Tampa Bay. Looks to be okay after catching that one from point-blank range. Push from behind against Perkins, who has switched to the near side. Saw him at right back for most of this game, but Jaheim Brown was just brought on, and that's usually his job. So Perkins will swap. You can see the frustration that he wasn't able to continue that run. Conway short for it. Dien. Felt the shove, not enough in it for a foul. Overlapping ball is a good one. Maru is waiting for it. Alvarez is joining the attack, and the pass finds neither of them. Infuriating sequence of play. I believe it was Christopher Jaime. Matt Levy was a long way out to get that one. Able to recover though. Dien. But curler is just wide. Eli Conway only had one thought once he got the ball to his feet. Aggressive to try from that sort of distance. And again, that first touch is just a little bit behind him. Isn't able to really step through it. Has to overcompensate with that big swing of the left leg. Just the subtleties of the game that separates the ball. Glancing in off the post versus just grazing it with its shadow. Romero. All the way up. Good looking ball towards Maru. Perkins heads it down in front. Jaime's shot blocked. Charlotte starting to find more opportunities on the second ball. 50-50 chances as a triple change is being readied. Fourth official raised the board, but first play will go on. Only for a few seconds though. So here is the triple change. Enzo Martinez in his third stint with the club. He'll come on for Luis Alvarez up top. Tabonare brought off in place of the Charlotte native Joey Skinner, as well as Miles Lyons getting some last-minute instructions replacing Vigo Ortiz. Lyons, the super sub, already with 1 goal to his name. Tonight, his 80th career appearance in the USL. Signed his first pro contract in 2022 with the El Paso Locomotive. Played with Monterey Bay last year. Skinner, intercepted by Brown. Stayed in bounds, but picked right back up by the Independents. Martinez, good ball, still alive. Monzinga! Impossible angle. Does enough to win the corner. Christy Monzinga with another good look on that far side. His first appearance for Charlotte. Already seeing plenty of the ball from his new teammates. Martinez played it short. Clever just to switch it onto that left foot. And the cross was McRobb to cover. It's been a great shift from the center back. Aiming dangerously. And then in the air and then settled at the top of the box. And it was Dien doing the work defensively, the forward. Harris was trying to press all by himself. Final 10 minutes of regulation. Is there a winner? Charlotte still have one more change. One Knox have exhausted all of theirs. Hernandez, Gerling. Mikael Gerling does well to ward off the challenges. Sees the space for Perkins, he's not going to be able to get there. So much space when one Knoxville switched the point of attack. The fullbacks growing tired. Will Perkins came off the bench to assist against DC United on Wednesday. He's covered a lot of ground tonight. Murphy. Fernandez. There's the captaincy. Sanji Brown, clever little fake to win the goal kick. At Bellevue University, your success is the only thing that matters. That's why they offer education that's designed to help you achieve your next goal. Find out more at degrees.bellevue.edu/goals. Gerling, one more time. Flag stayed down despite appeals. Kylan Harris opening up with the side of his foot, but it's right at Levy. Monzinga didn't manage to get there. It's really clever for Mikael Gerling to play that one time. See him make those passes all of last year, this year as well. Ian Fuller is furious. He didn't think that was Charlotte's ball at all. Still pleading his case with the fourth official. He has to be careful. Scott McKenzie of the Chattanooga Red was sent off. Something very similar last week. One of his assistants as well dismissed for dissent. This was set up into the area. Attempted scissor kick. There'll be no bicycle just yet. This one stayed in bounds. Baker played that ball, went down immediately. This might not be good. Unless it's a concussion, one Knoxville don't have any more changes. May have just tweaked something there. Then right there, you can see a little bit awkward when he played that ball and goes down right away. Of course, we won't speculate on the injury, but if he can't continue, one Knoxville, if I've counted my substitutes right, will play the rest of this match down to 10. Baker played in every game this season, the Englishman, already with an assist. Tonight his 5th start for his new club. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golden Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Final change for Charlotte will see Swayben Maru replaced by Jonathan Nianjo, another Charlotte native. Played his college ball alongside Denis Kurchenkov at UNC Charlotte. Teddy Baker went off the field. One of the few who did not play on Wednesday against DC. Try and soldier on for the final few minutes of this match. There's Lyons. Goes down quickly. Chops it back and draws the foul. Kyle Linares can't believe it, but there appeared to be some real contact there. He's instead called in favor of Linares. At it again, and I think the referees might have got that right. There isn't a ton on that pull from Linares. Miles Lyons goes down, impeding Linares' ability to get back into play. '88th minute from Covenant Health Park. Be 2 draws on the bounce for one Knoxville. Maybe Charlotte can find a winner. Martinez. Murphy, Jaime, Goodling. Everybody wants a piece of it. Goodling getting forward. Header down by Linares. Back for him if Linares is onside. Rounds the keeper and scores! Kyle Linares, the hero in the Open Cup and the hero on home soil. '88th minute. One Knoxville SC in front once again. What a win this is in the air. That header perfectly placed. Now for Babacar Dieng. It's an awkward one. Linares might not get a touch on it, but does enough to fool Matt Levy. Take a look one more time. Just lets it go in between the goalkeeper's legs, and a simple finish in the end. Look what it means to the youngster. Raising this crowd to its feet. With what just might be game, set, and match. '90th minute now. The question is how much time will be added on. Crossover hit when Knoxville won't hurry to throw it back in. Ian Fuller knows the job isn't done yet. What a statement win this would be for his side. The referee calls a foul. Finn McGraw won the header. Enzo Martinez went down, popped right back up though. Rob confused about the call. This could be a big one for Charlotte. They have to make the most of this. Stoppage time brought to you by Zoom Drain, the official drainage partner of One Knoxville SC. First opportunity deflected. Sent back in, the header on frame. Held by Gary Bay. Was brave through the contact and may have taken a knock. Free kick low into the wall. Sent back in by Lions. And Clay Dimmick, the captain, got there. Gary Bay just taking a moment to compose himself. He's only got 8 seconds. He's got to get rid of it. Martinez mishit that one. Here's Linares again. Brown to the corner. Conway will shield. Not for very long. Four from Charlotte. Could have just let that out for a goal kick. Final minute of play. As things stand, One Knoxville will go top of the league. Murphy will slow it down. Coach Fuller watches on. For Charlotte, they will go back on the road to play Fort Wayne in their historic home opener. Next up, 4-1 Knoxville. Road trip to FC Naples in the league. That will do it. The defending champions rule the roost. Back on top of the USL League One table are one Knoxville with a 2-1 win over the Charlotte Independents. A last gasp equalizer, rather the winner, from Kyle Linares. Tonight's man of the match, presented by Peaceful Side Brewery's Club Light, brewed in the peaceful side of the Smoky Mountains. His first goal for the club in USL League One, and what a time to get it. He's come off the bench a number of times already this season, but tonight he is the super sub. Started that attack with the header down for Babacar Dieng, continued his run, gets the winner, and all of the plaudits. The play of the game in that 88th minute, as we roll the beautiful play of the game, brought to you by Bush's Beans from Knoxville, supporting Knoxville. Does so well to win this first header here, Jaheim Brown. Great touch by Babacar Dieng, and then just a little fake there to evade the goalkeeper. Slotted into the empty net. An outpouring of joy for the 23-year-old as he wraps up all 3 points. The blue smoke billows into the night sky in the Volunteer State. 2-1 the final. We're not done yet. Post-game show on the other side of the break.
Extra. It changes the energy on the field and off. It changes the expectations.
You're gonna be great.
It changes the game. At Regions, we celebrate the extra that makes the SEC the definition of excellence, while our team goes the extra mile so your financial wins keep coming too. Extra changes everything. And Extra is our ordinary at Regions, official bank of the SEC.
It was definitely worth the wait.
I jumped on it as soon as it was available.
Everybody's switching. I see the signs popping up all over the neighborhood.
Rock solid, super fast speeds down and up.
It's a huge upgrade.
Cost is always consistent.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
I still got it, and I still love it.
If it's in your area, you better get it. And if it's not, it'll soon be there, and you get it then.
What a night in Knoxville. Coach Fuller spoke to us earlier this week about the importance of reestablishing dominance for his side at Covenant Health Park. They managed to get over the line tonight. 2-1 the final. Let's take a look at how it all went down. first meeting since the quarterfinals last year got off to a hot start. 13th minute. Ball clipped into the box. Conway doing enough off the post to scramble in front. Somehow it's forced over the line. They all count the same. 1 Knoxville with the opener early. Flying out of the gates, but silence just a little bit later. 29th minute, Denis Kuchenkov wins the PK, but cannot convert. Matt Levy stands on his head to make that save. That one's in the corner, tucked away, but not over the line. 34th minute, Charlotte would find their equalizer. Swaybu Maru with power and pace and strength, and his first of the year. The ball a little bit behind him, does ever so well to find the bottom right corner. Second half, and things started to open up a little bit more for the Independents. Figo Ortiz onto his right, by 1, by 2, and the curler just glancing wide at the far post. Fast forward a few minutes after that, 1 Knoxville the other way, making a couple important substitutions. The rip from way out, Teddy Baker wouldn't find the frame. This was a big chance, though, for Cristi Monsinga in his debut for the club. John Garibay with the save, and then off the line by McRobb. Garibay there as well to push it away. Swaybu Maru thought for sure it was a goal, but instead it stayed 1-1. 78th minute. The deadlock almost broken once again. It's Conway curling from 25 yards, but it wouldn't come until the very end of the game. Brown forward for Linares. Gets the 1-2, sees the goalkeeper coming out, just lets it run. Left-footed strike. Easier said than done. The pressure of the moment does so well to keep his composure and find the back of the net. Linares with his first in USL League One. 4-1 Knoxville. Great moment for him as the celebrations will go long into the night. Only a couple shots in that first half for 1 Knoxville, completely changed in the second. 17 total. Charlotte had 11 in the first 45, couldn't muster many more in the second half, but again, total. They put the pressure on 1 Knoxville, dominated the ball for a couple stretches in that second half, allowed that possession game to even out almost to 50-50. Lots of corners, lots of cards. It was a great contest by 2 heavy hitters in League One. And more soccer on the cards tonight as well. Boise and Westchester will kick off in just a few moments. Make sure you watch that one over on Golazo, but that will do it for us here at Covenant Health Park. The Sharpies are out. Signatures abound. Linares right at the middle of it all. Soaking in a well-earned win. 4-1 Knoxville. Always a great game when these two clubs meet. Tonight wasn't any different. 1 Knoxville with all 3 points to go top of the table. The 2-1 win over the Charlotte Independents on home soil. For everybody making this broadcast possible, all of our fantastic crew behind the scenes, our producer Mauricio Rodriguez, I'm Phil Galati saying so long and have a great rest of your weekend.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.